No, I want to do a podcast.
The
Hold on,
name
let me
is
go.
very different now
Oh.
that this is dated.
I'm not using your real name.
No, not. I'm not asking you to. Shut up.
I was using the full name I knew, and that no one
Finish
would be able
the
to look you up on.
statement.
See, I can't even fucking finish a rant right because this asshole over here. My name's Mojo, and I want to start a podcast with my friends and show competent commentary that's not there. Hold on, let me go get a fucking cookie.
It's a Nutty Buddy. Shut up.
It's a cookie.
I'll give
I'm sorry, I got hungry. Can you blame me?
I'll give you a Nutty Buddy in a minute.
No, Mojo wanted to start this podcast because he has to go pick up his fucking brother. We were gonna do some more recordings today, but and we still might, but not at the moment. Shining Force Refrain sucks. Now let's explain why. No, I'm not gonna start off with a bold opinion like that. No, Shining Force Refrain doesn't suck. He wanted to go into fucking. I have my Viking hat. I forgot about that.
I'm glad I have my freaking. Yeah, but yeah, we're playing golf with friends in the background because screw it.
Because he wanted a podcast, but we don't have any competent picture yet. So, we
didn't want it to be boring. So
yeah, we
Also, if this is streaming to incompetent, hey, we're not dead.
Yeah, this is streaming to incompetent.
Okay, we're not dead. See, we're okay. We just haven't updated in 2 years.
Yeah.
Life got in the way. Pretty hectically.
I got an achievement on par.
And this is Fox. Say hi. This is the first video you're in on Incompetent. That's actually.
Hi.
Is it? Oh my god, it is, isn't it?
Technically, I mean, we have recorded stuff with him in it, but yeah, we're fine, everybody. It's just we had life happen and we haven't really had the time to. Well, we've been recording, but we've also not been uploading.
Yeah, no, I just finished recording and editing the entirety of Shining Force 3 as a whole, so there's
Thank
at least 3 months worth of content once we get all that commentated.
Yeah,
Once
and,
that's oh, and we're also currently working on a Persona 1 Let's Play as well.
Yes.
Yeah. As well as Final Fantasy IV, which we did originally do. Did the entire game, everything except Curtis's computer kind of screwed up. So consider this like a bit of an update. We're gonna kind of be throwing things at you, just sort of in a podcast format, and disjointed as shit. Also,
Switch to
real
Linux
quick,
there, huh, Curtis?
What?
Yeah. Real quick, I wanted to amend something very quickly. Regarding a comment that I made on a video, as well as the update video that I made, just to sort of explain what was going on about a while ago. I stated that there was going to be like 2 one-part commentaries and 1 3-part commentary. That 1 3-part commentary 2 years ago was Mega Man Zero. Thing was, I kind of just didn't really edit it, and also my computer, my MacBook, had a hard drive failure. So basically, I was out of a computer for a while. And fortunately, that's got fixed, so now I can edit again. So I'm going to be editing Sonic Mania because I recorded that now.
The large balls are fucking with the physics of this. I can't get my holes in one anymore.
So yeah, I still haven't really edited much of Mania, just because I haven't really had much time, or really I've had time. It's just, sometimes I just don't feel up to editing, and I'm just like, I want to play something, or I want to do something, because, yeah. But I do want to try to get more serious about it, and actually edit seriously now.
All of us at this point have gotten, well, except Fox. Or did you get it already, or are you still waiting on that?
Still waiting for what?
A better computer.
I have to pick it up. I have to get it at the end of the month because I don't have the 140 on me right now.
Okay, so yeah, all of us at this point have basically gotten better computers. So there's definitely a lot more we can do now.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I can do some stuff with this computer, but once again, it's a fucking laptop.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we waited to do this sort of update before, like, with this style of video with Golf with Friends, because it probably would have, if I were to do something, it'd probably just be a video saying, hey, we're not dead. So yeah. I'm glad we can at least do some gameplay and just bullshit and show, hey, we're still ourselves. We're just a little older. I'm no longer 16 or 17 or however old I was. I'm almost 20 now.
I'm 23. Hi.
I'm 22.
I'm 19 right now, but I'll be 20 in a few months, and that feels weird. But
Two.
I guess we can go ahead and state any commentaries we might have in plan. Well, we've already stated those, but I've already got Sonic Mania recorded, Sonic's run recorded. I'll be recording the Knuckles run soon.
I just need to wait until I get a new computer before I edit the Resident Evil videos. Yes, I went ahead and I recorded 1, 2, 3 Code Veronica, Gaiden, and Outbreak, all in a span of a week.
Jesus, dude.
The madman.
Yeah, the recording process is definitely a lot shorter than the editing process.
Yeah, especially whenever you have to. It depends on how powerful your computer is too. So
unless you play Shining Force 3 like I do, in which case it took like 6
months. In which case you're a madman. But then again, that's also one of your favorite games of all time. So naturally, you're going to be doing everything you can.
Well, I mean, to be fair, 90% of the game time took place in the last like 4 parts of Scenario 3. Because I went a little overboard.
Yeah.
For recording.
A little doesn't.
Fuck. So yeah, we have a game list. It's constantly being updated because people don't know who has what, or there's just some games that people haven't called. It's like, oh wait, I really like this game. Can I get this one?
Yeah. One that Oh, go on.
You're all gonna love the Leisure Suit Larry commentaries.
Oh fuck.
That's gonna be 50% censor. You realize that, right?
Not for Leisure Suit Larry 1 since they're all pixelated.
Oh, fair enough.
No, fuck
Unless
it. Don't
I do
censor
the
it.
VGA version.
Incompetent commentaries after dark is officially becoming a thing, guys.
You fucking heard it right here.
Yeah, but but we're all fine. We're all still here. We're all still incompetent as ever.
You're still somehow 2 strokes ahead of me.
Well, I mean, he does have a powerful stroke game.
Lol. But
no, not to get to the meat of this, because that wasn't what this was supposed to be about.
Right, my bad.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good. It was good to update everybody. You want to start, Mojo? Oh, damn it, Mojo.
Sorry, I was taking a bite,
okay.
and I wanted to beat my mic, so I didn't want to. Yeah. So we were discussing earlier, before I suggested the idea of a quote-unquote pop, ended up just being us with friends because we're idiots.
Yeah.
But I agree, it's a better idea to have some gameplay in the background, just that way in case people don't want to listen to us. Or they can watch some Golf with Friends action and watch us make complete dicks of ourselves. We had a discussion. Shining Force Resonance Refrain has been out in America for a little while. Before our massive hiatus, we did, in fact, this was before the game was even confirmed for localization, I think. So that shows how.
Back in 2012 on my PS3.
Right. And now we have the game over, and Curtis was back whenever I first joined it. I remember Curtis saw the gameplay; he was really iffy of it. Now it's out in America; it's been localized, and I had a random conversation starter before we were, going to record some stuff, and it was, with Shining Force Resonance Refrains. I want to say success because I think the game's been doing pretty okay.
I think so.
Pretty good.
Nothing substantial, but it's doing pretty all right, doing really well in sales. I asked Curtis, what would he do? What would happen? Like, first the question was, what would you like? How would you react if they remade Shining Force 1? Of course, with Shining Force 1's gameplay intact, with Shining Resonance style graphics, what would he do? And he said that he would buy 7 copies.
I said 1,700 copies.
Oh, did you say 1,700? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I would do anything to make sure fucking like if the Force gameplay is the most important part to me. If that can get revived, I don't care what. Okay, I do care a little bit what the game looks like, but if it's just their character sprites remade with like today's graphics and models, but it keeps the Force gameplay moniker, I'd be fucking ecstatic. Continue.
Right. Sorry about that. Trying to.
One.
But then I brought up the discussion of what would happen if they remade, or at least shot. I like I'm talking scenario 1, scenario 2, whatever scenario 2's title is, and scenario 3, and maybe premium disc just as a little bonus, in the Resonance style. You know, instead, but with the story of 3 intact. How would you react? And well, you said the following. Whatever you're going to say.
I wouldn't feel very good about it, because I mean, yeah, it would be Shining Force 3 would be brought back, yay, but you know it wouldn't be Force, it'd just be Shining 3 at that point, because it wouldn't have the Force moniker. With the Force and Shining series gameplay are two very different things and need to be separated, because Shining Force is a tactical RPG where you move your people across the board one by one, trying to make sure that, you know, trying to do whatever that particular quest that you're doing right there is. I'm going to kill those dogs.
What the hell?
And the Shining series is an action RPG, where the gameplay is very open-oriented, and I assume you just control one person at a time, but you still have like a party of people from what it looked like, and they all.
Yeah, it's an action RPG.
Yeah, you control one person at a time, and the other people are just computer controlled. But every person is going at the same time, and that's. I'm not gonna say I hate it, because I do like.
It's
other
just not
games
what
in
you
that
associate
style.
with Shining.
Yeah, I do like other games in the style. It's not what I associate with Shining Force. That's a completely different gameplay.
Wow.
So I had to separate it to. Yeah.
All right. Then I sort of brought up
I got the most points.
an idea, discussion of, do you think, to Curtis, do you think that Shining Force Neo, in a sense, fails a little harder than Shining Resonance? Because Shining Resonance is just that, Shining Resonance. It's not got the Force moniker anywhere in the title. But Shining Force Neo has Force in the title, but that game isn't really a strategy RPG. It's more of an action MMO style thing. Well, maybe not MMO, but...
No, it's definitely not MMO. Yes and no. I have a hard time hating Neo, because, you know, I was born in '95, and I couldn't start really thinking about, you know, thinking until probably I don't know, efficiently until 2002 or 3, which just a few years before Neo came out. But I've been playing Shining Force, you know, the technical ones, 1, 2, 3. And technically In the Darkness, even though that's a dungeon crawl.
Even though that's more of a dungeon crawl.
Yeah, but it's still more towards the classic than it would be Shining Force, you know, Neo and stuff. And so, in just the way that I've explained it before, yes, Neo is actually probably worse than Refrain in that fact, because, you know, it has the word Force in its name. But to also... it at least has a reason to have the word Force in its name, unlike Shining Force EXA. Or is that just Shining Exa? I've always called it Shining Force EXA, but...
I think it's Shining Force Exa.
If it's Shining Force Exa, then I honestly don't understand why it has Force, because from what I understand, I will fully admit right now, I haven't beaten the game yet, but I haven't seen, you know, anything... I haven't seen the word Force used for, you know, like an actual force of people that, you know, like, it could hold the power of light. So I think EXA technically would be the worst of all of them. But Shining Force Neo, at least, you know, it has a different version of what it takes as Force. A Force is someone who is imbued with great power of light, I assume. I don't think it's ever explicitly stated. And I fucking hate this course. And they protect everybody. And then every once in a while, there can be a Shining Force, someone who goes through the 3 trials, whose talented
It's
names I
not-
cannot remember, and they I'm losing my train of thought here.
At least these are not the acorns.
Shut up, Fox. The point is, they still have force in there because each person is a force, and you know they all come together, but only one person can be can become a shining force, which is where my deviation comes from, because the shining force, the classic ones, your force was called the shining force. There
Because
wasn't,
they were an actual force.
yeah, it wasn't, each person being a force and then someone else becoming a shining force.
And it wasn't just anybody who tagged along with your team either. It was the people who were fighting actively in conflict. Like people like Road, technically in Shining Force 2, don't technically count as members of the Shining Force because he just piloted the caravan.
Yeah, and so everyone becomes part of a shining force. Shining Force. Anyone who's played Scenario 3. And had like if Japanese, they read in Japanese, or if you're in English, if you had like the English patch or whatever, or if you have the cough Shining Force translation notes patches, and you played it through those, at the end of Scenario 3, not too many spoilers, they're explicitly stated as a shining force because they're literally imbued with the power of light, because that game is light versus dark, but
That's the theme of a lot of Shining games, though, from what I get.
But hey, I head around that corner. What the hell, game?
Yeah.
Early access.
Where were we going with this? I was kind of just went on a rant.
You were basically explaining Shining Force, and we were talking about how what the Shining Force concept means in every game.
Oh yeah, in the classic tactical, a Shining Force was your force imbued with the power of light. In Shining Force Neo, a force is a person with great power. A shining force is an exceptional person given the powers of light.
Right.
In that force. So it's just one person that becomes it, not your entire thing. Or your entire force.
Yeah.
So, technically, if we're just going off, is Shining Force Neo technically more egregious to the force name than Resonance is? Yes, but I'm not gonna take that.
I mean, but again, Shining Force or not Shining Force, Shining Resonance is not a Force game though. It's Shining Resonance.
I was getting to that.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Shining Force Neo more egregious to the name, yes, because it has Force in it, even though it has Shining series gameplay. Shining Resonance is not as much because it's a different sub-series of the series entirely, because it's a Shining series game with Shining series combat, and it's just Shining Resonance. So I don't hate Shining Resonance. In fact, I'll probably enjoy it if I get it, but it's not part of the Shining series that I
it's not
prefer,
what you know
that
the game's for. Yeah, it's not what you. It's not the game. They're not the games you grew up with.
Yeah, it's not the type of game I like when I hear Shining.
Right.
I shouldn't say like. I should say prefer.
Yeah, it's like, for the record, I guess I should state is that Curtis and myself have not played Resonance, and we don't really know a lot about the plot. And you're probably wondering why debate about it. We're just kind of taking. Well, I'm more looking at gameplay.
The game's about Dargans.
The base gameplay and whatnot. Curtis went into the bit of the lore with Shining Force and all that.
I was just for the explanation. No,
that's fine. I'm just stating.
I'm not saying
Basically, the game's about Dargans, and the Shining Force turns you into a Dargan.
No, but that would be cool. You do get a Dargan in Scenario 3.
No, and Shining Resonance. That's what basically. Oh,
okay. Huh. Right.
And you get to turn into a Dargan at any time you want in battle.
Yeah, no, like look, I'm not debating whether Resonance will be a good game or not because I haven't played it. We're debating what I prefer, or what the difference between the Shining series and the Force series of the whole Shining gaming thing.
Right.
It's, none of this is about the quality of Resonance.
Yeah.
Come on, little ball. Come on,
Shining is pretty unique though, in the sense that I don't really see a lot of series with RPGs that have gameplay shifts that change their name up like Shining does. Like Shining Force, you know you're getting yourself into probably a tactical game, except for the exception of Force X, like Force Neo. But like when you get to games like say Shining Tears or Shining Resonance, you know you're expecting something a little different maybe. But like with some things like say the Tales games, like there's like Tales of the World. I forgot the how to pronounce this one, so I apologize if I butcher it. Reve Unitia or whatever it is, which is a tactical RPG Tales game with all the protagonists.
The first Tales of Fantasia and Narcoria dungeon game is turn-based.
Yeah, it's like, but they don't change that. They don't change it like up in terms of, because it's still got the Tales of moniker, but then again, that's a different sort of naming convention. I realize.
Oh, by the way, Rev Unitia is not the first Tales of strategy game.
Oh, it isn't? My bad.
Tales of Fantasia Summoner Lineages, and that game sucks.
We're not getting into what games suck and what games rock. We're getting into the honorifics of
Sonic 06
of
rocks.
the title.
The commentary suffered a death in the commentary today.
Yeah, by the way, this is Fox's first video and his last video. Go figure. No.
It's just like Star Ocean 2. I had a run too, apparently, because I was kicked out because I called out the fact that Creepy and Weepy were like different colors or on different shoulders than they should have been. And I won't let you forget that, Curtis. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you're
Easier
saying it like
shouting,
you won't let
Cooper.
me forget it. You're at fault here. You ass.
I won't let you forget it because it bothers you so bad.
So yeah, I can't wait for us to get Wheel of Fortune.
Hell yeah.
Shining Wheel of Fortune.
Shining Fortune.
Fortune.
Shining. Yeah, there you go. I like that. Shining Fortune.
Pat Sajak's the leader.
Wait, no, shit, don't give him ideas. Shining Fortune should just be a fucking pachinko machine.
No, King Benedict.
Shut up.
Jack.
What'd you say, Fox?
King Benitram's Pat Sajak.
Oh, God, stop.
Mascarin's Vanna White.
I was going to ask
Stop.
who's Vanna White.
No, Grace would have to be Vanna White. Mascarin's too energetic.
Too angelic?
Energetic.
Energetic, okay.
Well, I mean, that too, but...
Dontarus is that one dumbass
Acute
contestant who can't spell.
Just flash up on the screen right here. Acute angle, acute angel. In a picture. It's a picture of Mascarin.
I can either be your angel, me angle, or your devil.
No,
Fucking.
Dontarus would be the asshole that somehow loses a turn fucking every spin.
No, he just makes terrible guesses.
Oh,
like
so,
Chuck
I was gonna
Conway
say, so he's Aaron.
Yeah, that's he's the guy that makes terrible guesses. He's fucking. The answer's obviously like, "What's new, Scooby Doo?" Is like, "Is there an X?" Are you fucking what?
Is there an X? Benetrit. Dontarus?
Dontarus, I'm going to give you
Take
one
a
more
look at
guess for
Okay,
free.
I'll give you a... My bad. Is there a D in that? There's
D
already
has
up
already
on the
been
board,
said.
son. Okay. How about a Q? Dontarus.
Dontarus,
Why do you do this to me?
is there a Z?
Can I buy a vowel?
They're all up there. They've all been bought. Dontarus, the only
What is
letter
George
left to
Washington?
buy is O.
What
there an
What
F?
is Emperor? Who is Emperor Domeric?
Oh my god. Dontarus, you drive me to drink.
I think the car is 500.
No, wrong. Dontares. That's not even the right game show.
Dontares tries to play Plinko.
Is there a W?
4.
For what?
Dontares plays golf. 5. It's 4, Dontares.
No, I'm on my
I
5th
said
stroke.
5 times.
No, you.
Shining game show.
Symbiosis is mentor, and you just see him off to the side, smacking his head against the wall.
No, you just see Symbiosis just stifle in laughter, and then like freaking Julian is over there like, I want to die.
Spoilers.
Press your luck. Dontares gets the whammy.
Oh god. Alright, Dontares, there's a 50-50 chance.
The little whammy demon is Bullzome.
Oh, fuck. Alright, Dontares, there's a 50-50 chance you're... wait, hold on. I started laughing in the middle of thinking about that. Dontares, there's a 50-50 chance that, that the prize is either between your door or the other door. Now, do you want to switch doors? No deal. Oh my god. That's it, I quit. Symbiote storms off.
I like to buy a vowel. Dontares, we're not playing Wheel of Fortune.
I thought we were playing Uno.
Dontares Masquerade plays Pot of Greed. And then Gracious summons Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Go Charizard, I choose you. Oh shit, I don't know any Magic the Gathering cards. I just said
Dontares,
one
we're
of those.
playing poker.
Hold
Go
on 1
fish.
second.
Oh my god. Too much power. Okay, I gotcha.
I have too much power.
That's what your mom said, Dontares.
Then I summoned
Hey.
I summoned 3 blue.
My
eyes
mother
white
was a
dragons
beautiful
and a
lady.
Charizard.
Yes, I know.
Good. I'm glad we're in agreement.
King Bentrum be the guy who pulls Exodia out of his pocket.
King Benetrum would have Exodia too. You know, I wouldn't even be mad. I play Exodia. You know what? This makes too much sense.
We're playing poker, you old piece of shit.
I know.
But I win anyway.
Oh, you
I
sassy.
win.
I know. Oh, you sassy bitch. Okay. Anyway, that was fun, but that was funny.
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 I will never get the image of Dontares trying to solve a puzzle in my head now.
He just has the perplexed look of. Who just
Da, 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 da,
Apologies?
da, da, da. I know that. That's Celine Dion. Oh my fucking.
Masquerade plays Jeopardy.
Is that Despacito?
How do you even know that? You don't like that kind of music.
I don't. I'm just guessing.
I hear the
shit.
word Despacito so often, I just have to guess. I assume everything is Despacito now. Dontares, no.
Da, 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 da.
Stop that.
You stop
Oh
that.
fuck! Fox is only one struck behind me.
That's what she said.
I know.
Hey, look, it's Ultros from Final Fantasy VI. I made that joke 15 times already, and I'm still not tired of it.
Literally every
Anti-ruin.
time we play here, you make that joke. I hope you're fucking proud
sorry.
of yourself.
I am.
I know you are.
I know you are, but what am I?
Your mom. Oh!
So I.
Oh,
so I'm an
birdie!
intern.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Birdie! I got a birdie!
Mojo has a birdie.
Shut up, Kermit.
Oh.
What were we talking about?
Shut up.
What was the point of
It's
this?
like, don't make me get Joel in here.
I actually got a par on this course.
You piece of shit.
You piece of shit. Where did we leave off? Why did
I
we start
forget.
talking about that?
Because Wheel of Fortune.
Oh yeah,
We were
Fox
talking
mentioned a
about-
passing comment about Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, because we're getting Wheel of Fortune for the PS4, and we're gonna have a throwdown, and we're gonna see who wins.
Incompetent SmackDown Saturday to not copy anybody.
Whack off Wednesday.
Back off Wednesday.
What?
Whack off Wednesday. Join Incompetent Commentaries while you just listen to the three of us furiously masturbate for an hour.
Remember, nice guys finish last.
It's an audio show, so you couldn't see my smirk there, but just a hint.
I think Killer Instinct for the Xbox. I mean, I think Killer Instinct Arcade for the Xbox One has online matching.
Oh, good. Boop, boop, boop.
Oops.
Aw. Okay.
Will someone tell Ashley to fucking quit it with this mansion?
Someone's gonna be so fucking pissed off that we didn't continue this conversation. What the fuck are we talking about?
Boobs.
Where did we leave off?
We were talking about the
Shield.
Shining name and whatnot.
I was about to say, the new design for Shield looks thick as fuck.
Anyway,
up,
no, but being
Fox,
serious,
share
I
the
think we were talking about the Shining namesake and like how Shining is kind of interesting in the sense that you can take a word out of the title, but it's still technically a part of the Shining series, or Shining itself is a full series.
Yeah. Because it's hard to call it the Shining series because you also have Force in there.
Force is a sub-series, though, really. But it is a
Guys.
series, but it's also a sub-series.
Well,
Why am I in
that
first
was
place?
the series until fucking until Neo.
I mean, it started out as Shining in the Resonance, though, or Shining in the Darkness.
This is Shining in the Resonance.
Yes, Shining in the Darkness, and then it became Shining Force 1, then 2, and it did stick with the Force name, but
Well, they
at the end
did
of the day, a lot of people call it the Shining series specifically.
well because
Shining in
that's
the Wild Woody.
that's because that's what a lot of people know now. Because the Force series has been dead for a while. But also, I almost had that. Oh, I did, nailed it. It's what a lot of people know now, but they did it Shining Force first, specifically the tactical, not the dungeon crawler, because fucking they were trying to copy other like popular games, and a lot of them were dungeon crawler, especially for PC. So they thought, oh, let's try that, and then some fucking genius at Sega was like, hey, I have a better idea. What if we do tactical? And everyone was like, oh my god. And then they made Shining Force 1, and then the best fucking series of Shining games ever made.
May I say the GBA remake of Shining Force 1 was pretty damn good?
Yes, you may.
I keep forgetting there was a GBA remake.
I don't appreciate how muddled down and how fucking like blurry it made the graphics look because it was on the Game Boy, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Other than playing it on my Mega Drive, I had it for the Game Boy Advance when it was time to use the throne room.
Nice.
By the way, yes, I know it's called a Genesis, but I had a goddamn Mega Drive.
He's Canadian.
Well, I'm Canadian. We have NTSCU consoles, but I had PAL consoles for some weird reason.
Well, you guys still call it Mega Drive, don't you?
No, we call
No.
it Genesis. I just had the PAL console.
Oh, okay.
Ugh. Oh, come on.
So I had an actual copy of Vib Ribbon.
Nice.
Whoosh. Oh.
But here's a big question, though. If they do remake Shining Force 3, and I'm talking like actual remake, like true Shining Force 3, like tactical RPG, would they be able to put all 3 scenarios on one disc?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but like, here's the thing.
Huh?
How would you want them to set up like the scenarios though? Would you want them to say select the scenario, or like from a menu, or would you want them to or would you want the progression to be based on like Symbiote starts off first?
No,
Then it's
actually,
more forward.
I'm sorry. I'm going to let you finish before I say what I was going to say. Sorry.
Yeah, like you had Symbiote. Like let's suppose like they have a like the mod. Let's suppose this Shining Force 3 modern remake is made, and we have the 3 scenarios. Should there be like a selection menu, like you pick Synbios' scenario or Median's or Julian? I don't think that's how it should be, but I'm just saying. Would you want it to go scenario 1, then after you beat scenario 1, you go right to scenario 2, and then scenario 2 goes into scenario 3? Or would you want there to be one scenario, one major scenario where it all happens, where all the events happen concurrently? Like, I know Shining Force 3 scenario 3 takes place at the later half of scenarios 1 and 2, and then it's got its own thing at the last half of it. But so that's why I don't think you could do a good like a selection from a menu thing. But then again, you never know. People could make it work. But if it happened concurrently, you know, would it get it confusing, or would you be able to like have one giant Shining Force at certain points when Median and Synbios work together, kind of in certain instances, like the battle at Railhead or like Beyond Railhead is at the train where you get
the train switch point.
Yeah, when you get that one centaur, I remember.
No, that's yeah, that is after that battle. Sybil is her name.
Okay.
Hold on. I can fix this. Sega Saturn Classic Edition.
Well, I mean, you know, besides that answer,
but like, what would you guys think? How do you guys think it should work?
I actually have thought about this a little bit. Shining Force 3 is actually very cool in that its scenarios. There's obviously a little bit, just tiny bits of problem somewhere that I could point out, but for like 99%, the people who were making the game did very well in making sure every detail was fucking like well researched and stuff, and every sync point and stuff like that. If you can go to a sync point, you can find out everything that's concurrently happening, and it matches with the time frame perfectly. To give one at the very beginning of the game, it's not too much of a spoiler. You remember, because I think we've actually gotten there in commentary right now. We had to we had to go through the well, and then Toby was the kid. I forget the old man's name. The old man was building a well out of the city. They use it, and then he explodes the well. You know about that, right?
I don't think I remember that. Then again, it's been a while.
We're in the town of Balsamo where we just met with the 3 high priests, or the 4 high priests.
Bolzone?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think we might have done that. Sure.
I know we're there. You just might not remember. There's a sync point there. Synbios has to go down. Then we go into Dwarf Valley into the fight, and we have a fight there. He explodes the well afterwards. But just as they go into the well, Median is going into Balsamo, and he hears the explosion right after Synbios uses the well because they blow it up. That's perfectly timed right there. So I think it would be really cool. I'm still not sure quite how we're gonna do the story purposes. I know battle-wise how it would work, but story-wise, I'm not sure. It would be cool if whatever part of the story it is, you control you control that person. Like after Synbios goes down the well, you immediately get transferred control to Median to explore Balsamo. And then you have to leave to go back to Saraband. But after you leave Balsamo, with Median do that, then you switch over to Synbios to have the fight at Dwarf Valley, and then you go with Synbios again to have the last fight of his chapter 1. Then you switch over to Median again.
Oh yeah, I think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then you switch over to Median again, who has to fight outside of Balsamo Plains with an unnamed Imperial General. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. An unnamed Imperial General and Saraband soldiers. And then you have to fight your way into Dusty Village. Basically, you control each of the characters until their respective chapter ends, because Scenario 1's Chapter 1 ends before the events of Scenario 2's Chapter 1 ends. So after you beat the Battle 5, which is the end of Scenario 1, then you switch over to Median to complete his Scenario 1, where you meet up with another army, with Median in another village outside, and then with Symbios, you would start off with Symbios first because his story would take place in Chapter 2 first, obviously, and then yada yada yada. I've thought about it, but there's a lot of thought that would have to go into it on when you would switch and stuff. But basically, you'd be playing all of the main heroes simultaneously, almost.
Okay. I would think that like whenever they get to the fight at the switching point, or like the train switching point.
Yeah.
I think this is how I would kind of imagine it would work. Is during the battle, it kind of go like Bizarro Sephiroth thing, and it would say, hey, do you want to check up on Median and his force? And then you can like switch back and forth between both sides.
Well, the cool part about remaking it with today's technology is that you wouldn't even have to do that. Because they're in the same area, Median is fighting up north of the switching point, fighting that army. Well, okay, it's not a spoiler. Fighting Varlin's army, while
Right.
Symbios is down fighting the border guard and saving the refugees. You go through, obviously Symbios would be scenario 1, so you control him first. You go through all of his forced move, then it would pan up north, like seamlessly up to Median, and then you control his force fighting Varlin force. And I don't know, I guess to like put a mix in there, you'd make sure that the Varlin force can't come down and take out the refugees as well, thus aiding with the whole blending of the story thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, can we have an option to switch between the new graphics and the Saturn graphics?
That'd be kind
of
of
course, duh.
There'd be a costume where you're playing as like old school Symbios, but only. But here's the thing, though: you have to go back when those costumes to the old voice clips. I'm talking Noon now. Bear my Arctic Blast.
See, but if we put that in, then no one would play the new stuff.
And a secret recruitable Segata Sanshiro.
Duh.
Yes.
He's mentioned in game. In one of the last parts. In one of the last parts of Scenario 3, when you're up north, there's an encyclopedia you can go through that I went through for shits and giggles. One of the item sellers in the town of in one of the towns, I'm not going to say the name, her character bio says she's friends with Segata Sanshiro, and I made a whole fucking edit around that.
Oh man.
Segata Sanshiro, Segata
The guy
Sanshiro,
who really took down Bullzone.
Segata Sanshiro. Fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? You'd have to have... He has to be in Scenarios 3 Force. And the only way you can win is to land the final hit with Segata.
No, he rides him to the star system.
Wait, no. They do. The final hit is like how in the Dreamcast commercial, where Segata Sanshiro grabs a nuclear missile and rides it up to space, but instead of riding in space, just rides into the final boss, sacrificing himself to save the world.
No, for shits and giggles, Segata and Chuck Norris keep transporting from one dimension to another, and just fucking transports on top of Bullzone, does one punch, and he's fucking dead, and then they teleport away again. The loss of a Vandal's vitality doesn't mean the loss of falls over.
Well, it's high noon somewhere.
The loss of a
There's
Vandal's
a post-credit
vitality.
scene where you fight Xeon.
Ooh, that's pretty interesting, actually. The loss of a Vandal's vitality does not mean the loss of a Vandal's life. What about the loss of a Vandal's head? It's a bit of a spoiler, but fuck it, whatever.
Here's one thing, though. I think that they would have to kind of axe from the original, and when it comes to modernizing it,
What?
you would have to axe the protagonist being mute. At least if you ask me, because it would get kind of disorienting if the characters just went selectively whenever you were playing them.
If we were doing it the way I was saying it, they could still technically be mute, but the whole mute protagonist thing is kind of...
It's one of those things that it's really hard to pull off nowadays. Like with Persona 5, in my opinion, I think that game did really well. Like, because the protagonist in that game could still emote. He had he had dialogue choices, and he did not talk. And he didn't just not talk. He did have dialogue options and stuff, like typical, RPG stuff. But he also had emotions and stuff. And what was weird about that is that it wasn't like he was against talking either. Is that in anime cutscenes, interestingly enough, he would speak on the very rare occasion. Like, he would actually have voice dialogue. Like, there's the scene where you're, it's after Palace 4, which I won't spoil for those who haven't played the game. But it's when they go to the beach after that. And he's like, it's the girls come out of the dressing room and then they're waiting on the last one. He fully voiced just goes, "Hey, wasn't there someone else?" Like, I think that you could do something like that with the characters. Like, I think Shining Force 2 actually did that with Bowie. Like, he had one or two voice lines.
Oh, hold on.
Not voice lines, my bad.
Yeah.
Buddy in for a second. The diehard Persona 3 and 4 fanboys say it's not a true Persona game since the main character talked in animated cutscenes.
I'll say
that's literally the point of this argument. Is to shut down arguments like that.
I know.
It's not a true Shining Force game. Well, duh! It's Shining Refrain and Shining Force. They're two different things of the same series.
I know.
He's calling it stupid, Curtis.
Yeah, it's just calling it stupid. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's just a game. I don't like it. Go play a different game in the series.
Like honestly, of the protagonists of the Persona series, Ren is my favorite because he has the most emotions. Yeah. Sure, Narukami in the Persona 4 anime was pretty cool. Like, he was a freaking saint in the anime. But I like Ren more because Ren just has that more badass air about him and whatnot. But anyway, back on top, back on the Shining thing. I think that they could do something very that, like say whenever in like say voice cutscenes or whatever, Symbios could say something about like, I don't know, about like the situation at hand, or Julian could if you're playing his scenario or whatever.
Yeah.
But then again, I also would like to see them voiced. And actually, if you, like, who would you guys want to voice specifically the three main characters? Like, Symbios, Median, and Julian.
David Hayter would need to voice Julian. That'd be perfect.
Really? I think that would be cool, yeah.
Johnny Young Bosch being the Symbios.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch, I think, would be, like, he would have to do his Yukimura, his Sengoku Basara Yukimura voice, though. Yeah. Because that's how I would imagine Symbios would sound.
Yeah, Symbios is very regal and stuff. Obviously, Median would have to be a little bit more because he's a prince. But,
Liam O'Brien.
Liam O'Brien? Alright.
Like again, it could be because I'm playing a lot of Basara lately, but
I was gonna say Crispin Freeman.
Listen to like Ieyasu in that game, like when he shouts like certain lines, like "My fists unite all" or whatever. It just sounds like something how I'd imagine Median would sound, or it could be something
quiet. Is Jameson Price.
Please, Jameson Price is my favorite voice actor.
And actually for the remake, make Benetrim have jokes.
Well, I would say we got to the root of that problem, Symbios. They're at the bottom of a giant tree.
Oh no, Benetrim!
Your Majesty, I swear I'm gonna stab you.
Well, I mean, technically in Scenario 2, there is a village where people sleep in trees, but unfortunately that's Scenario 2.
Frontier Village from Xenoblade Chronicles?
No. Funny though, but no.
Those people really love wood.
Oh my god, their advisor's an owl. Why didn't I make a joke about that?
That's a real hooter right there.
It's never. Oh. Fuck. Oh wait, did we just do this one? No, we haven't done this one yet.
No.
Alright, after this one, I might have to go.
God, I know so many more characters. You know, I have the voice, but I just don't have the voice actor's name in my head.
I was gonna say I can come back though later after I get who I gotta get.
You know who else could be a good Symbios? I think.
Who?
Spike Spencer. If he just deepens, his voice just a little bit, he can basically if he does a deeper
Spike Spencer deepen his voice.
I didn't mean like bassify it. I just meant if he does just a little deeper voiced Claude, I think that would be a perfect Symbios.
I was gonna say I don't think Spike Spencer can ever deepen his voice.
No, wait, we need that. Well, we need. You know what we need though? We need freaking we need a certain like voice actor for Dr. Light to voice Benetrim. When we find the bosom sect, we'll find Emperor Domeric.
Find the bosom sect, we'll find Emperor Domeric. Turns out that's a bunch of bullshit. No spoilers.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just hopping around in the Blue Hawaiian Punch down here.
Boing, boing. I want Blue Hawaiian Punch.
I haven't had Hawaiian Punch in years, but I heard
Actually-
it's salty now.
Actually, Curtis, how old are the protagonists supposed to be?
No one knows. Considering it's, a Japanese JRPG, though, probably 16 or 17 or something like that.
14.
No.
Even Julian?
No, they're definitely not that. No, Julian is actually. I don't know where I read it. I read somewhere that Julian is supposed to be the oldest. He's supposed to be like 10 years older than both of Symbiote and Julian.
So like mid-20s or mid-20s or 30s.
Well, yeah, because it's never directly stated, and I think it was just. I don't want to say it was a joke, but I think it was just a nice homage. He's from Enric, which is actually a place in Shining the Holy Ark, if I remember correctly.
Oh, speaking of character ages,
Yeah.
Justin in Grandia is 14 and Fina's like 18, I think. I don't know, but after the ending, after the exact ending of Grandia, they have children, so Fina's going to jail.
Huh.
But Justin probably got older.
Yes.
And he tapped that.
No, actually, I read in one of the after books, right after the adventure ended, when he was still 14, they had a child.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know for fact because their ages are never stated. But from what I gathered from everything that I've played, I've read through Shining Force 3, Conrad, Pulsis, someone we'll meet later in Scenario 1, and King Benetram, all were like the main, or like the three top dudes instrumental for the separation of the Republic and the Empire in the battle or in the War for Independence, and that was 20 years ago. From what I understand, Conrad didn't have Where are you going?
Oh, I'm going backwards. Oops.
Yes, like what the fuck are you doing?
Sorry.
Conrad didn't have symbiotes during the war, so like at most, assuming I'm understanding correctly, at most symbiotes can be at least 19 years old, and since Median is supposed to be the same age, or at least close to it, that's actually referenced in Scenario 2 and I think one time in Scenario 3, we can infer that both Symbiote and Median are around 18 to 20 years old. And Julian,
I've kind of gone by how Median is in Scenario 2. I've kind of inferred he's about like just a couple years older than Symbiote because he seems more experienced. Just something about him just seems more experienced to me.
he's not.
He really isn't? I don't know. Maybe just the way he talked in the scenario.
It is just the way he talks. Well, it's because he's a prince of the Empire. He has to be like that. That's how he was raised.
So he might be a little young.
It does specifically say when he was 6 or 10. I think it was when he was 10. When he was 10, what?
Shining Unknown Battlegrounds.
No. Just no.
Benetram would be the camper.
Hey guys, where are we dropping?
School. Benetram, no.
Tilt the towers. Okay with me.
I just like to imagine Benetram just like school, and then Symbiote's just like, who Benetram kind of reminds me of now that I think about it?
Who?
The Burger King.
Oh God.
Oh.
Hey boys, where are we dropping? Benetram school. Symbiote has left the game.
I swear, King Benetram.
Alright, hang on a second. Hold on one.
Benetram just matches the symbiote's pussy.
Continue talking. I've got to go do something just really quickly. I'll be right back.
All right.
I say we're dropping at school.
But here's the big question. Here's the big question, Fox. Is like in Shining Force 3, who would be Ronald McDonald?
Brutus?
Brutus?
Yeah, he's bald. He has red hair.
He doesn't really have red hair. Oh yeah, he does.
So every time he tries to give someone a Big Mac, there's always a big bite taken out of it.
Oh, I'm gonna mute my mic while I eat. And I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back. Someone's playing as Curtis right now.
Curtis might be.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Starring Curtis as Curtis.
Starring Curtisimo Mills as Curtisimo Mills.
Honestly, you know what? I think Persona Q2 would have been better for the Switch.
Will it have been? Oh shit! New map. I don't know. I think it's good for the 3DS. Here's the big question though. When is Q2 coming out in America? We haven't gotten a localization confirmation though. I'm sure we're getting it.
There's not even there's no release date for Japan yet.
November.
November. I guess we'll get sometime in like
2019.
Yeah, early 2019 max.
We did think we were gonna get Dancing in Starlight and Dancing in 2019, but now we got it in 20 this year at December, like 2 days before Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Persona Dancing's not gonna sell well.
How come?
Smash.
Oh, you know that.
I'm still gonna buy. I'm gonna buy Persona 5 Dancing because it's a cast of my second favorite game of all time, Dancing. Come on.
I'm buying the. I'm paying 127 for the dual pack because I need that digital copy of Dancing All Night.
Did you guys hear about the blunder that Atlas had or Amazon had with the dual pack?
What?
What?
They accidentally marked the dual pack, which is $100 in America, as $60.
Oh.
Thomas was which by the way, since our last upload, I've actually met one of the members of the comment, that being Thomas, and he was bunking over at my place because, you know, I offered. I was like, hey, if you got to spend the night, I'm not against you staying in my place because, you know, you're a friend, and I'd hate for you to just have to spend money for like a hotel if you're staying that late. He lives like about 2 hours from me, so, or I forgot how long he said, but about 2 hours. And well, I woke up and I went into the living room, which is where he was sleeping, and he was like, "Dude, Amazon messed up." I'm like, "Why?" And then he told me the news. I'm like, "You're shitting me." And he jumped on that shit immediately.
Well, yeah.
And I'm going to be visiting him next year.
Nice.
No, the person playing, the person who was playing that last hole was me. I was just, I didn't want to get fucking 14 strokes and have you assholes get ahead of me again. So I just came in here and I fucking put the ball in the hole really quick and then went to turn on PJ Masks.
Let's do Acorn's only Final Destination.
What time is it?
Let's go kill fucking Fox.
Who's just calling me?
Your mom.
Who's calling me? Hold on. That is. I'll answer them later. It's somebody important. Well, it is somebody important, but it's like it's a friend of mine. But I'll answer him later.
Were they asking you to take a survey?
No, shut up. Shut up.
What, you don't want to? What, you don't want to see a movie about George Wendt eating beans?
No, I don't want to see a movie about George Wendt eating fucking beans.
But why not, Mojo? It's George. Oh my fucking.
Because it's George Wendt eating beans for half an hour. Do you really want to watch a movie of George Wendt eating beans for half an hour?
But,
Better than most movies coming out this day and age.
But it's funny.
But it's George Wendt. Oh, for Pete's sake, I hate when that shit
Better
happens.
than the Emoji Movie.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
have
You're not wrong.
I have lost.
How can people actually enjoy that piece of shit?
I mean, there are some good jokes in there. Like, there's one good joke, which was like, I hate knocking over the elderly, and it's like old emojis and stuff, and it was kind of a funny little joke.
Oh, by the way, can I just say emojis are the stupidest thing to ever be created?
Minions.
I don't hate minions. I really don't.
I do. I do now, anyway. Let's watch Despicable Me. Mom, no. Why? Minions. You're right.
Is that how you and your mom's conversations go?
A lot of the time when we're putting movies on for the little ones. It's like, what do we want them to get addicted to, and what don't we want to be watching for the rest of our lives?
That's something I've always debated as to whenever I become a father, what's gonna happen? Like when it comes to like getting my kids into games, because like or games or movies,
All
like
in
what
one.
movies? I'm not because I don't want them to
Fuck
like.
you.
I want them to know quality, you know.
Yeah.
I'm starting my kids where I started. PS1 with a copy of Resident Evil 1.
Rayman.
Is that where you started, Chris?
It was no. I started with Star Ocean 2, but my first PlayStation 1 game was Rayman.
Really?
No. Yeah, but my one of the first PS1 games I had was an early, like it was the only EC game that the only rated EC game that I've ever seen, and that probably ever exists or existed.
Oh no, there are multiple.
I had the Sesame Street games.
Are there? Yeah, no. That's the only one I knew that was rated EC, and it was for the PS1, and it was pretty fun. But from what I remember, it was also ball-bustingly hard. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Back when kids' games actually,
It was early child. It was an educational game. Made this big.
you big dildo.
Oh, good. Now you're only one stroke ahead of me, asshole. I will not lose.
By the way, I'm pretty shit at Golf with Friends.
Yeah, we can tell. Oh shit!
I can't play and
say
talk
that
at the
out
same
loud?
time sometimes, I swear.
It's Golf with Friends. How hard is it?
No.
Oh, I win again.
Can we get Uno and play that?
Yes, actually.
Do you want me to break my computer in anger?
I'll have to get it.
So how much is it?
I don't know.
Is it like $5 again? It better not be too fucking expensive. It's fucking Uno. You know what? While Mojo's trying to get this hole, let me just fucking
They're making Dose.
shut up.
Are you for real?
Yeah, it's actually true. They're making Dose.
Oh, it even has DLC. Wait, why does it only have a mixed review? Wait, what's wrong with this Uno? Oh, there he goes. Recent reviews. Let me read the recent reviews real quick. Uno's pretty good. Wish it were free though, or like a little less money, maybe like $5. Yeah. Makes my butthole tight and ripe. Recommended. Don't buy this game alone. Must play online or against bots. Sure.
You know, we need to start reading Sims patch notes.
Crashing before loading in games, or is being slow. The price of games dumb as it is. Friends feel like only pros make your friends feel like in Mario Party. Just buy it on sale, otherwise don't get it. Actual garbage. Server's made out of potato. Has a counter for everything you have. Lobby system sucks and servers are garbage.
Look at my screen, guys.
Oh my god.
I can't.
He's glitching through the ground.
What the fuck?
No, I'm like on the edge of this thing.
Screenshot.
Hi Mojo. No, you're inside the wall for me.
Ha!
You're under the ground for me.
I'll screen cap this. It's like a
I
close
screen
call.
capped.
I can't even move.
Well, guess you just got an additional 14 strokes. Anyway, now while we wait for time, let me go back to Steam. Doesn't work. Am I the only one who hates putting recommended good?
It's a Uno.
I don't know. The popular Uno game doesn't seem very good right now.
There's a new
Of course,
Cards
these-
Against Humanity website.
Of course, these are just, Steam reviews.
We could play Cards Against Humanity, right?
Well, I mean, yeah.
We can do that after I
because,
get back.
I was gonna say because Xerxes was taken down,
Oh, what?
and so now there's this new Cards Against Humanity website that's better and actually is safe.
Oh, good. Dear Ubisoft, how did you manage to screw up a game of Uno? Such a simple game, yet I can't even close the game without it crashing, let alone joining a session. The ultimate detilted game to play with friends between CSGO matches. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah.
Crash on somebody's work.
Imagine a Minecraft was uploaded to Steam.
Oh god. Each session makes it more playable. So it seemed like it crashes a lot. That seems to be the common complaint.
Okay.
Needs Uplay to run or else it will crash on startup. Or you can go buy Tabletop Simulator and have access to Uno and 2000 plus other games as well. Yeah.
How much is Tabletop Simulator?
I think it was like, I think that was like $10. TBTS though is fucking worth the money though. I have it. It's fucking brilliant.
I'll check how much it is, and I might get a Steam card before I come back.
I might not have the money for it, so I think I'll try to pick it up at the end of the month.
Well, find out how much it is first.
Alright.
Oh.
Let me just do this.
Hole in one. Technically, no. Tabletop Simulator.
Tabletop Simulator is let me see, $20.
Oh no.
$21.99. Fuck that.
Yeah, why don't we just play cards when we get Cards Against Humanity when we get back? When I get back.
Yeah, I just gotta remember the site name.
Just Google Cards Against Humanity online. It'll probably.
Yeah. Don't want to use $20 just yet. Fuck you, Fox.
Oh, Birdie! Yeah, your ball looked like it was just bashing his head off the railing. That was an ass pull.
It worked though, so. Fuck! I've got 2 holes to make up 3 strokes. Stop. Whoosh. Fuck. I said whoosh.
Spoosh!
Did you notice the model of the chocolate bar in there is pretty much from the Egypt level? It has hieroglyphics and everything.
Yeah, well, alright.
I'm on very low graphics, so I can't tell.
Fox, I hate you so much. God damn it. Did I at least make 1 stroke up? Damn it! I know I'm 1 behind. Fuck! Uh-oh.
Whee!
Uh-oh. Oh, fuck! Hell yeah.
Big Smoke's basics and eating and running. I can't believe that's a fucking Baldy parody.
Oh god.
Hi, Curtis. Bye, Curtis.
Hi, Mojo. Bye, Mojo. Stop. No, keep going. No, stop. Fuck!
No!
And there goes Fox off the edge again. Woo!
Like Yuri, I'm living on the edge.
Bounce back.
Crawling in my crawl.
Crawling in my crawl. Could crawl, refuse to crawl. Yeah.
That's just so good. It just gets funnier the more.
The floor looks like brains.
Alright, I need you to basically miss all of your shots here. Come on, hit him off, 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 hit him. Yes! I can still win this. I need you to miss 2 more strokes. Come on! Damn it! Oh wait, no, we might tie because this is his 10th stroke. Yeah! No victory for you!
No victory for you either.
So wait, does that mean Mojo wins?
No,
Yes.
Mojo.
No, it's a win for both of us.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to keep your win streak clean, but alright. It's a shitty way to end the stream. Fucking let fucking Fox get a goddamn win.
Alright, peeps. We might be back later for some cards if you guys want to.
Yeah, I'm down. Alright, later, Mojo.
Hell yeah.
Alright, later in just a sec.
Later,
Okay,
incompetent.
I think we should call our viewers competent viewers. That'd be cool.
Come. So people. I think he left.
Damn.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you just had to stop and think about that for a second.
Yeah, but anyway, I seriously gotta head out. So I'll talk to you guys. I'll be back probably in about an hour.
Later, man.
Okay.
BRB.